Right guys, so today we're going to be having a look at when the True Legends event is actually going to happen. Of course, it was supposed to come out yesterday night, 6 PM UK time, and that didn't release with the update. Unfortunately, not all the update was completed yesterday as they couldn't get everything all put together quickly enough, which is kind of a bummer in all honesty with you. I did actually go ahead and create a video. I'd pre-recorded a video on how you guys can actually go ahead and make sure you could complete the challenge as quick as you possibly can, complete that event, because the event looks pretty cool. There's a lot of different stuff that you guys can go ahead and unlock, but it is a bit of a bummer that we can't go ahead and do that right away. But before we jump into the rest of today's video, make sure you do drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single video. Big thank you to everybody who did tune into yesterday's video though. I know it sucks that we can't go ahead and do the event right away. We was actually expecting it to come out later in the evening, but that still didn't happen. Potentially I don't think it's going to come till next week, but I'll discuss all that information in just a moment's time. Don't forget guys, week 2 challenges have started, so you guys can actually go ahead and complete all the challenges for both multiplayer and zombies. Obviously you will get all the additional XP. It's around 110,000 XP each week when we do these challenges. If you're doing both on multiplayer and zombies, that's 220,000 XP you guys can go ahead and earn. And then of course we do get the Golden River camo once all the challenges are completed after week 4. So with all being said then, let's jump into the patch updates. Obviously there was the patch update notes yesterday that was launched. That took a little while before they even put them on the website, which is frustrating because I did want to make a video right away on that, but it turned out they didn't do it until I was in bed asleep, so that is frustrating. But let's jump into it. Let's discuss everything that's actually happened. But they did state that due to unforeseen issues, not all the changes scheduled for today's update were able to be released. Our teams are hard at work to get the key movement changes, multiplayer weapon balancing, zombies gameplay and stability fixes and more into the next available update. Now of course we know how Call of Duty works, so we only really have one update a week usually. Sometimes there's a few playlist updates, but apart from that we don't get any downloadable updates for any fixes and bugs, etc. So it does look like we're not going to be getting the event anytime soon, but we'll look into that after I've gone over these patch notes. So in regards to the COD HQ, players will no longer encounter a blank screen where Modern Warfare 3 titles are expected. They've also fixed an issue where console players were cross-launching from one game to another, disbanded parties containing a split screen player. They fixed an issue for PC players which selective installs were not available to play after the installation was completed, and a fix has been implemented to solve several crashes that occurred during the application startup sequence. Stability and performance updates then. PC players with NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs can now use the DLSS 3 across all modes in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 with DLSS, NVIDIA Super Resolution and Frame Generation. DLSS 3 multiplies performance by up to 1.8 times to enhance your PC experience. Fixed a bug in which some console players would encounter an error upon being invited to a party. Fixed a bug in which some console players were pushed to the main menu after selecting certain items in the battle pass. Resolved the bug in which some players were kicked back to the multiplayer lobby after attempting to matchmake in the playlist, and addressed account-based issues that prevented offline play. Now there was quite a big chunk of campaign fixes as well. Now I don't really want to go ahead and read all them. There's quite a bit there, and in all honesty not many people's going to play the campaign after these updates anyway, because if you've already completed it you're not going to go back to it anyway. So if you guys want to check that out, I will leave a link down below for you guys to see the full patch notes anyway if you do want to have a quick look at the campaign updates. In regards to multiplayer then, the bug fixes in the UXI, so enemy player evaluation will now be properly displayed on the minimap. Fixed a bug in which playlists would disappear from the main menu for some console players. Prompt to view game card on the scoreboard now functions as expected for console players, and promoting a player to party leader will no longer allow them to attempt to matchmake for locked playlists. Now that's a good thing in a way, because the enemy player elevation was quite frustrating. You couldn't tell exactly whereabouts players was on the map with the UAV, if they were above you, below you, on the same level, etc. So in regards to progression then guys, weapons, addressed an issue that prevented bolt attachments from being unlocked. The expected weapon level for the CAT AMR sniper rifle. Challenges then introduced new requirements for the priceless camo challenge for the WSP Swarm submachine gun. Get 10 operator double kills while in tac stance. Resolved issue that prevented several challenges from tracking completion progress, which was frustrating, especially when you are going ahead and doing your camo grinds and stuff's not tracking properly. And they've also corrected unlock challenge tracking conditions for the barbecue operator. Maps then. Terminal players can no longer plant at the A bomb site from an unintended location in search and destroy. You could actually go ahead and hop on the plane wing and plant the bomb from up there instead of being actually in the plane and planting the bomb. And And then pop-off power, players will no longer spawn in enemy territory in the invasion mode. Now modes team deathmatch has actually been increased from 75 to 100, which needed doing right away. 75 is too short of a game now. I do feel like the 100 is the better balance, and we've seen that in previous Call of Duties. And then ground war, they have addressed an issue causing dev error 841 during normal gameplay. It does state here, be on the lookout for an experimental playlist in the coming days featuring enemy player outlines, more details to come. So basically there's going to be a playlist where we're going to see a red outline around the enemy players, so then you guys can go ahead and actually track them a little bit better. I don't know how that's going to work, if they'll put it in full rotation, but maybe as a side playlist it could be quite fun to go ahead and play with. And then weapons and attachments that have been updated and fixed. So the MCW increased hipfire control during sustained fire. BAS-P increased hipfire control during sustained fire, increased hipfire control during sustained fire. Don't know why they've put that twice, but okay. So the MTZ Interceptor increased hipfire control during sustained fire, and the Venetti increased hipfire control during sustained fire, and also the Jack Ferocity Carbine Kit. They've actually gone ahead and the Thermo Optic X9 and SZ Vortex 90 optic attachments can now be toggled as expected. The TYR then, the handgun, has increased hipfire control during sustained fire, and they've also decreased trigger response time to the intended 210 mils duration on the Odin's Juggernaut. And then cosmetics, guys, gun screen audio will now play as expected upon pressing the preview button. And the Tracer Pack Hell's in Operation bundle, they have fixed a bug in which Alucard was missing his handgun in the operator preview. Then zombies, guys, a couple of fixes on there. So gameplay, they've addressed an issue that prevented missions in Act 2 and Act 3 from the auto queuing while in game. Stability, they have fixed the crash encountering the players navigated to the store and progression tab in the launcher menu while queuing various stabilities and map fixes. So these being quite a few updates, fixes, bugs and all that kind of stuff. I believe it was around about a 2 GB update on console, and I think on Steam it was around about 7 GB, something along those lines. So obviously if you guys haven't updated it, which I would be very surprised if you haven't updated it already, definitely make sure you guys go ahead and get that updated. Now Call of Duty updates did state, obviously due to unforeseen issues, that not all of the changes scheduled for today's update were able to be released. Obviously I did just mention that, as they did post it on Twitter as well as on the patch notes. But Call of Duty Endowment, so the COD Vets for Vets, the charity that actually has done the endowment pack, where it actually helps support UK and US veterans find good jobs once they're out of the military. They had an event coming up called the True Legends event, which you guys are aware. Like I said, I did do a video on this yesterday on how you can go ahead and get all the XP to up and unlock everything. So in regards to that, it's very simple and very easy to do, but we haven't got the event that should have come out last night. So the event looks like it should have been potentially coming out later on yesterday. Obviously the event still didn't arise. So Call of Duty Endowment did tweet that the Code True Legends field event will go live at a later date. Follow us for more updates. There's been no further updates on that, but I would believe it would come in an update. So potentially next week we should be seeing it, unless it does come out at all this evening. Even if I've already posted this video and it's been launched, obviously that's good, but as it stands, we've kind of got no clarity on when that's actually going to be finalized, which is really frustrating when we're going to get that on, because that was going to be our first event. Hopefully we get it before season 1. Like I said, it does look like it's going to be coming next week, just from reading in regards to how often we do get our updates. So the chances on that happening next week is probably pretty high. So if you guys haven't got the endowment pack already, definitely go purchase it. 1, it's for a good cause, and 2, you'd actually get an enhancement on earning XP for the brand new event that is coming out. You'll get like extra bonus XP for using that pack. But anyway guys, that is pretty much everything. That's all the patch notes. Of course, that's in regards to the True Legends event on when that's going to be happening. Obviously I would bookmark the previous video, keep that saved somewhere. I'll make sure you are subscribed to the channel, so then you guys can know how to go ahead and max out your XP and the event as quick as you can, because everything I mentioned in that video will still be valid. But anyway guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Smash a like if you have done. But anyway guys, as always, I'll catch you on the next video.